So something we were able to sneak in right before the end of the year is we are here at Cedar Point, and this is Erin's first time ever here.
Yep.
And I know I've hyped this up place quite a bit. It's literally my favorite park in the world. I assume you're, I don't know, ready and just really excited to try all these roller coasters that I've been hyping up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, first up is Steel Vengeance. Considering how much you loved Iron Gwazi, I'm very intrigued to see how much you like this.
It'll be fun to compare the two. Yes,
so let's see how that is. Steel Vengeance is still the best coaster I've ever ridden. I still can't believe how hard that thing kicks when it's a 50-degree day out here. And you can only imagine how intense it was when I was here 2 summers ago and it was 100 degrees out. So pretty spectacular. So Erin's riding now. We'll see how she likes it in comparison. All right, Erin just got off of Steel Vengeance, what I consider the best roller coaster I've ever ridden. What do you think?
It's definitely pretty high up there. Definitely better than Iron Gwazi.
Yes.
I think I spent more time in the air on my seat than I did sitting on my seat, which was really cool.
This is actually the roller coaster with the most air time in the world.
That's awesome. Yeah, I loved it. I loved the turns, all felt creative. Like, they were angles that you wouldn't usually see. I think there was almost like a 180 at one point. And the turns through the middle of the ride, I don't know what they're called, the corkscrew turns.
Zero G rolls.
Zero G rolls. There were so many of those, and that was really cool. And
they're just going through the structure. Yeah, so amazing.
Just right inside the rest of the wooden structure. It was all really cool.
Yes, that thing is incredible. I hope we can get a ride on it later. It's up to an hour wait now, so we'll see if that'll happen. But we're going to go over to Maverick now. Maverick was down by the time we got over there. So we pivoted over to Millennium Force since we noticed it was only a 10-minute wait. So that fun 10-minute wait that we just went through, yeah, it was listed at 10 minutes, ended up being like 35, then broke down for half an hour. When Erin was the next person in line,
I had loaded onto the train, buckled in, they checked our buckles, checked everyone's buckles, we're waiting to go, and then they release us and tell us to go back to the station.
So despite that fun, by the way, it was Millennium Force, I didn't mention that what you're doing. Anyways, that was your first time riding my personal favorite roller coaster. What'd you think?
That was incredible. It was really cool going up the lift hill and seeing the lake on the side. That was pretty cool. Very smooth, lots of airtime. I sat second to last row, and that first drop, it really was just, again, more time flying out of my seat than sitting in my seat, which was really cool.
I take it you like this better, Orion?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's leagues better than Orion. Orion's still good, but anyways, all right, well, much delayed lunch, so we're ready to go get some food, and hopefully we have a lot less waits throughout the day, but I don't know, we'll see what we do after this. After a delicious lunch at Farmhouse, we ended up coming to Skyhawk, and honestly, I always forget how incredible this thing is. It's probably my favorite flat ride of all time, other than like being a drop tower. You get a surprising amount of airtime when it's really cranking at the full swings and everything like that. So Erin's riding now. I'm sure she is probably going to underestimate it as well, and we'll see what she thinks about it later. Going by the construction site of Top Thrill 2, and this spike is only like halfway constructed, but this is going to be pretty awesome to do next year when you're launching at 101 miles an hour backwards going up this giant 420-foot spike, and then launching forward to go over the regular top hat that's 420 feet tall. I'm excited to see, is this going to be as good of a version as the original Top Thrill Dragster? That launch is going to be hard to beat, but it's going to be such a much longer experience that maybe this is going to be better. We'll see next year. We just rode Raptor, which is a B&M invert that most people seem to love, and for me, it's never been at the top of my list. It's still a great ride. What about you, Erin? Are you the same boat as me?
It was a good ride. It was rough, especially that end, like jolted my head. But yeah, it was really rough.
I did headbang a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's major points down for me because the restraint hits right at my ears. So every part that it jolts you, my ears just hit up against it. Not the most pleasant, but I did like a lot of features, like the double spiral towards the middle of the ride where you kind of just spiral down. Almost feels like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, where it kind of does that spiral down. Helix, yeah. So it was cool. Not one of my favorites.
Yeah, you definitely like other B&M inverts more?
Yes.
Yeah, me too, but still a good ride. I always like to hop on it if the weight's not too bad. But I think we're gonna try to knock out Magnum, where we couldn't get on it earlier today thanks to the rain. So let's see how that goes. We finally got on Magnum. We've been just struggling with it all day after rain, and then it just went down to one train, so it took forever. So, Erin, it's either a love or hate. Which one are you?
I don't know if it is a love or hate. I liked it. Before you had warned me that it was going to be like the lap restraint is painful for a lot of people, and that's why they hate it. It wasn't the lap restraint that was the problem. It was the seat. Right at the edge of the seat, there's a lip right under the lap restraint. And that lip is like rubbing into my legs with the lap restraint. Like they work together to create the pain. It was fun. It was very rough, and I don't feel the need to do it every time I come, but it was a good ride.
Okay. Yeah, it's personally one of my favorites. I'm in the love category myself. As the sun went down and the wait times climbed higher, we got on our last ride of the night on Rougarou before returning back tomorrow. So it's morning of day 2, and we just came in for early entry for Gatekeeper, one that I personally have a soft spot for because that was the brand new roller coaster when I worked here back in 2013. But of course, it's Erin's first time riding it, and the first time ever riding a B&M wing coaster. What'd you think?
I liked being off to the side. I thought that was really cool. It made it feel like the forces were stronger as you went through the curves and the loops and stuff. I would have enjoyed it more if my strap, my harness wasn't maybe too tight.
Yeah, sometimes the best restraints can get a little tight.
Yeah, the chest part was super comfortable, but yeah, right around my hips, it was a little bit tight, so it was kind of pulling as we went through it. But it was a really cool ride.
What'd you think of that first drop where it just flips over like that?
That was really cool.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of it. That and the keyholes that go over the entrance of the park. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but amazing ride. We're gonna do Maverick since it was way too long of a line yesterday, so we're heading there now. So we just finished with Maverick, one of my all-time favorite roller coasters. Erin, what'd you think of it?
It was incredible. Shoulder restraints were soft and comfortable, so that was nice. Very smooth ride. I liked the sharp twists and turns and curves. It handled it well, and it was a nice rush every time. I especially liked after the second launch that really sharp curve that you go in right after you get that speed. It was pretty fun.
Did you think the ride was over like before that? before the launch, or you're like, wait, that was a short ride, and then you go right into the launch?
I thought that for like a half a second, but it was themed too much. So the theming of that tunnel where the second launch was pretty cool, and so I was like, wait a second, there's more here.
All right, so it's pretty similar to Terran and Phantasialand. Which one do you like better?
Probably this one because the view was a little bit nicer, although I definitely prefer just a lap bar like Terran had.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Plus the theming's top notch on Terran. I know I felt this way when I came back here 2 years ago when I was here with Matt, but the food here at Cedar Point honestly is one of my favorite theme park food places anywhere. Beatback Pew had an amazing barbecue. We actually went there twice. The Grand Pavilion, the new Grand Pavilion food there, the funnel cake battered fried shrimp was amazing, and lobster bisque, which is like my favorite soup ever. Delicious option there. And of course the farmhouse, which I also tried last time I was here, with their incredible chili and their steak. Amazing. So they always seem to be stepping up the game when it comes to food. And yeah, honestly, when it comes to certain parks, even when it comes to Disney or Universal, you guys need to step up your game. You may have some good food. Some of the major parks like Disneyland has amazing food that I would say is on par with this. But there is some even Disney Universal parks that I've been to where the food is, meh, it's okay. But step up your game. If Cedar Point can knock it out of the park, you guys can too. So after 2 pretty chilly days here at Cedar Point, Erin, your first visit, what do you think of this, my personal favorite park?
I think I liked it better than Kings Island. It's themed a little bit better, like just, not better, just more theming than Kings Island. And I'm enjoying a lot of the rides here. So it's a great park. I love all the colors, all the different rides, and just kind of the general atmosphere. And
you still can't pick what your favorite is?
I refuse to pick my favorite. I'm not doing that. I don't pick favorites.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely be back here next year, especially for Top Thrill 2, which you can see behind us. That should be a pretty awesome and spectacular new twist on an old ride. So actually everything will be quieting down quite a bit for the rest of the season. So we got Winterfest coming up and everything like that, but definitely looking forward to the spring when everything boots back up again.